Um, Thank you everybody for being here. I'm going to wait another minute or so before we actually launch into it. Um, so I have put in the chat the Google Drive, which has a bunch of songs from which I am prepared to teach today. Um, and we'll see where we land and how we feel about it. Yesterday we went over a song in a Sean-Nós style, but in the English language. And today we will be going over starting into singing in Irish, and then we will marry them into a Sean-Nós song tomorrow that is in Irish language. So we can just wait one more minute here. How's everybody doing? How's everybody feeling?
Jolly good. Jolly good.
It's great to be here.
Very cool. Okay, well, I guess let's get started. I'm going to open it up with 3 links. The first one, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, but welcome everybody. I'm going to share my screen with actually that's probably not what I should do. There, I'm going to close that out. I'm going to open up this one so that I have it available. And I'm going to put that there. Here we go. Okay, now I'm going to share. We had some trouble with sharing yesterday, so we'll see how well everybody feels about it later. First thing is I kind of made a handy cheat sheet here, and I have put the Google Drive in the chat where you can pull up my little overview and you can pull up the individual songs that we'll be pulling out and playing with, and I hope that you participate and feel brave with trying some of the stuff out. First is Sean-Nós singing What Is It? Just a quick thing. It's a living song tradition, an oral tradition out of Ireland. And I learn from people rather than recordings, which is how these songs are passed down. So at the end of yesterday's session, people were like, that's a great melody. That's a fantastic song. Please give me the score for it. And I said, unfortunately, this kind of music, that's not how it is culturally treated. If you think of the songs as alive, it will absolutely help you get a little better understanding for why all of the other things relate to the singing the way that they do. Sean-Nós being the Irish term for old style. You can sort of review the notes. It's typically unaccompanied, arrhythmic, and it's like a single thread of song that you follow, that you listen to very closely. So, as in the oral tradition, a lot of it involves call and response. I try something, then you try to get your best recollection of what you heard, and we'll do that a number of times through the phrases. As a living thing, I like to strip off many of the grace notes or ornaments so that you can learn the bare bones of the song and then add your own life and color to it and have your own relationship with the song with your voice. It helps to think of the song less as a performance piece and more of a sharing or introducing to the room that you are in the song itself. It's typically not very easy to pick up. It's not all of the a cappella songs in the Irish tradition, and it doesn't usually have sing-alongable, rah, 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 pub song, big volume. You really are supposed to lean in close to sort of get a feel into it. It's like a friend of mine describes it as being a kind of quiet intensity. It is not a classical aria where you expect to hear it far, far, far away, you really do have to listen to it closely. And it is harder to distinguish the regional styles in a modern context because so many people try to emulate sounds from that win the Oireachtas, the singing competitions. And so I have an odd mix. I learn from singers from mostly the North and the West. And as a little kid, I had just a few songs from my dad's mom, who spoke Irish natively and was rather punished in school for it. But let me go ahead and put that on focus so you don't have to be interrupted by all my bleeps and bloops for the next hour. And there are additional resources in this document as we go along. So I'll go ahead and re-put everything back in the chat. So yesterday's song was The Verdant Braes of Screen, and today's song is Oro Shida Wahabalia. And we're going to go over some of the pronunciation. I think I'm probably going to switch songs for tomorrow and get a little more complicated, but depending on how we do and how we feel. So there are additional resources for where to hear traditional singing as it is practiced in Ireland. And again, there's a careful focus on listening closely to the song itself as alive, sort of getting to know it and meet it and understand its place. And what some of the differences are between traditional singing sessions and clubs and circles and things in Ireland versus where there's less a focus on that and more a focus on performance. It's become more popular and kind of cool, so people bring in additional instrumentation more now, and they do what my friend Julie Hennigan calls putting a straitjacket on it. They put it into a more regular meter, like a waltz time kind of thing, which you can do with songs. But sean-nós is a style rather than just the language as Gaeilge. There are tons of very well-known traditional singers of sean-nós. You can always ask me after the fact. I'm around and I love answering questions. And I don't know, any questions at this point? Does that all sound like it kind of makes sense for folks? I see some nods in the room. I'm going to go ahead and switch over and put this, actually here, I'll put this in the chat one more time. Copy the link and put it in the chat so folks who came in a little bit later can have a chance to access the drive. It's also in the instructors list, so after the classes after this weekend you can find it again. You're not stuck on just this, limited window into this all weekend long. I promise not to do that. Okay, so I'm going to copy one more. Oops, you don't need to see that. I'm going to copy one more song, which is the song we did yesterday, and I'm going to sing it through, and I'm going to sing it through straight. Try to follow along and hear yourself bring in some of your own grace notes and your own feeling and your own storytelling. It's important to remember to sort of breathe your own life and sing with your own voice rather than trying to mimic my particular grace notes or my particular embellishments. You are coloring something and making it real and alive for you. And I would caution you to not choose songs to fall in love with that you don't feel honestly or don't have a connection to something in it that is true for you. There's very much an expression of emotional honesty that I think threads through the entire tradition. Even the funny songs, there's something that is recognizable and personal about it to each of the people who share it. So find something that is real about it, and that will help ground you in this tradition. So I'm going to sing this song, which is very much a thumbing her nose, and I'm just going to do it nice and plain, and then we can work up to more embellished versions of the verses before we launch into the Irish language song of today. So this is a recap on the Verdant Braes of Skryne, which is 19th century song out of the west of Ireland. Anyway. As I roved out one bright May morn by the verdant braes of Skryne, I set my back to a hawthorn tree to view the sun in the west country, and the dew on the forest green. A lad I spied by Avon's side, and a maiden on his knee, and he was dark as the berry brown red, and she alway and one to see. Alway and one was she. Oh, sit you down on the grass, he said, on the dewy grass so green, for the wee birds all have come and gone since I've my true love seen, he said, since I've my true love seen. See, we're getting a little bit more grace notes and a little bit of movement in with the song. It started out a little more straight, and now we're getting some lifiness breathed into it. Then I'll not sit on the grass, she said, nor be a love of thine, for I hear you love another one, and your heart's no longer mine, she said, and your heart's no longer mine. So there's a little bit of storytelling of what's happening. She's calling him out, right? So see what's happening in there is she's noticed that he's unfaithful. And so she's all pale and heartbroken, and he's all sun-kissed and tan, and she's mad about like, you're not even true to me. Anyway, so does anybody from yesterday want to try the 5th verse? You can go ahead and unmute yourself, pick one person, and give that melody a go. If we're too soon for that, that's fine. Everybody is still muted, so... Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just continue on, and you can sing with me or not. Keep yourself muted or so, and then we can try again once we get into leading you with a song that's in Irish. That has a bit of a rhythm, I think, innately in its structure, but that can be treated in a sean-nós way. So let's finish this one out. And she says, well, I'll not heed what an old man says, for his days are well nigh done, and I'll not heed what a young man says, for he's fair for many's the one, she said. He's fair for many's the one. He's like, well, you can't believe everything you hear. And then she responds, yeah, I'm not listening to you, buddy. You know. And then she says what she's going to do is she's going to find someone who actually loves her and who's actually faithful. But I will climb. There you go. Yeah, Amy, go ahead.
Oh, no, I don't know it. I can't sing it alone.
Oh, Gail, okay.
I just got on.
Okay, go ahead and mute yourself and sing with me anyway, if you can, for this last verse.
I can sing with you if you sing it.
It's not going to work that well for me to hear you and you to hear me at the same time.
Okay.
Zoom, unfortunately, is not very good at harmony singing.
I got you.
Yeah, it'll cut both of us out sort of in odd places if we do that.
Okay, I'll mute.
Okay. But sing along with me while you're muted, because, yeah. But I will climb a high, high tree and rob a wild bird's nest, and back I'll bring whatever I do find to the arms that I love best, she said, to the arms that I love best. So, you should be able to have that in your notes from yesterday if you saved them from yesterday, but that was yesterday's song. That is The Verdant Braes of Skreen. And we went over very briefly the Sean-nós notes from yesterday. Feel free to drop in the chat any questions, and I'll see if I can get to them as I check it very occasionally or get help to sort of check it. Don't want to leave you hanging. And so today's song is O Ro Shirowahawalya. And O Ro Shirowahawalya, I'll go ahead and put that one in the chat again as well. Oh, come on. Let me try that. Copy link. There we go. So you have a copy of it also. Go ahead and save all of the links that you see today, and it will help. So a few things about when you read the Irish language. The first is an S followed by a bright vowel, like an E or an I, is often at the beginning of a word, it's pronounced sh. So Sean, the name Sean, or like in Sean-nós, right? Or she. You see the sh, the SE, that's often a sh sound. Sorry, we have a tiny apartment and crash bang boom. And then another thing to pay attention to is those little accent marks. Those fada is what they are called. And with a fada, that's the vowel to emphasize. So if you have any linguistic training, an E accent is often an E, but it's she. It's like you hang on that a little bit. And when you see these H's following certain consonants, like a T, a G, a B, an M, right, TH, you elide that consonant that is preceding it. So, she, do, wa, ha, like what's a T when you pull it back in the mouth, when you elide it? It's, you kind of don't even tap your teeth quite, right? You don't even make a th. It's like if you pull your tongue entirely back in your mouth, then it almost becomes an H. So she, do, wa, ha. Pulled back becomes kind of a V sound. Sheda waha, waha. Avanba. And when you see these vowels grouped together, you see these paired vowels, is you kind of lightly pronounce each one. So ea, ea, it's a way to approach the pairing of the vowels. Now, you'll hear it pronounced different ways depending on the north or the south. And be forewarned, I am not a linguist. I am not fluent in the Irish language, but I have a history with my dad's mom, and I kind of have a good sense of listening and sounds and what I recall from my childhood and what I recall from the way the songs have been given to me. And so I'm trying to help people in this room have just a little bit more access to being able to see stuff and sing stuff. So this is a very beginner overview. And the resources that I put in the chat earlier with the link to the drive will have resources you can visit if you have additional questions about the language and the lexicography of Irish. She do waha avan ba leanwar. And it's got a lot of, so go ahead and say that with me. She dowaha avan ba lenwar. I'm going to do it one more time. She dowaha avan ba lenwar. See that fada emphasizing that vowel. And that helps you know how to pronounce it a little bit closer. It'll get super confusing if you pick one particular region and region, and then your teacher is from a different place, from a singer you may have heard online. But just go with me here, and now this is a good place to start. Do be'er grach. See all these consonants together. Do be'er grach. Stu vei gevan. Gevan. So like gevan, gevan, gevan. So let's do those together. Say it with me. She dowaha avan ba lanwar. Do bergrach tu vei I gevan. So you can kind of start to flow these things together a little bit. See all these fadas over the vowels? Oro, shedo, waha, vaya, vaya. When you see NNE at the end of something, at the end of a phrase, it is often pronounced nya. But when it doesn't have that E at the end, it is just num. You're hanging on that final consonant. Yeah? So we'll do it again, and then I'll sing it, and I'll sing it straight, and then we can start playing with some of the embellishments and sort of coloring it a little bit. But let's do it a few times. She dowaha avan ba lanwar. Dob ergrach stu vei I gevan. So you can kind of hear how it flows. Now, if I were doing it straight as a song and no color, singing it rhythmically, Shedova havan malenwar do vergrach du veingevan. Does anyone want to try it? We can do it one more time. Shedova havan malenwar do vergrach du veingevan.
Sure.
Who wants to go? Yeah? I'll go ahead and mute it.
Sheido baja avan palenmar do begrach tu nevan. I lost the melody, but
Yeah, it's getting there. We only did it twice. That's okay. Do huicha. So what happens with a d when you pull it back in your mouth? Do huicha rea. Rea is shelev merlach. So we'll say those all three together. She dowaha avan ba lanwar. Do bergrach tu vei I gevan. Do huichavrea ishelev merlach. Stu jilta lesh nagalov. So I'm going to sing them all together here. Shedova avan malenwar. Do bergrach tu veingevan. Do chavrea ishelev merlach. Do chavrea ishelev merlach. And then the final line helps it resolve. Stajilta leshnagalav. Sing it again all the way through. Shedova havan valen var do bergrach du ingevan do Hebrea ishelav merlach stugilta leshna galav. Okay, do you want to try it again, Bodhi?
Yeah. Shado bachavan vadlemar do berkrach du veinigeban do wecharea isheluf merlach stogel taleh nagala.
That's not as bad as you think. I know you shake your head there, but like this is a pretty good go actually. And congratulations for trying out the Irish language. Like this is
I
not
feel like
something.
I actually just saw a video about it, and how it's like there's a movement to repopularize it and save it,
Mm.
from the effects of colonization, and I thought it was really beautiful. So I'm really happy that I get to try.
Yeah. Um, you have to pat yourselves on the back. This is a hard language because our ears are not even used to hearing it, I guess is what I'm trying to say, right? We don't hear it spoken very often. We don't hear it in our regular world. It's not on most signs of restaurants we visit. It's not on road signs here. It's like you really have to go to very specific places to hear this in the world. So I'm going to sing it one more time and then we'll get into the chorus because we're going to repeat that chorus. It's nice and repetitive. That's part of why I chose this for today.
There was a request if you could pronounce the last line again.
Stu, do you hear how I kind of launch into that s, stu, Giolta, Lesh Nagalov. Now, I hope you guys are taking notes at home in the ways that you hear what I'm doing so that you can reference it again. Highly recommend doing that. It makes it a little bit more fun. Thank you, Michael, by the way, for popping in with the chat comments because I do want folks to be able to access this. Also, feel free to ask me questions after. There's some great stuff all day, but like I'm around and I'm around tonight for a singing session from 6 to 7. So feel free to follow me a little bit after that and before. Yeah.
How long will we be able to use the recording and practice it in the future?
It's usually up on YouTube on the Lark Traditional Arts YouTube channel. And I know places here have it available still. So these recordings are good going forward, and I like to keep the links open for my Google Drive so that you can see the words also and go, oh, that's what I'm hearing. Today I mostly want to just give you an overview of why when you see the word on the page, what the sounds are and how they were caught and listened to by people trying to write down the sounds into an English language through the Roman alphabet, right? Like, so some of those little rules, like the S followed by an E at the beginning of a word, or S followed by an I at the beginning of a word, or the H's that sort of elide the sounds, and then some of the vowels. And there are a few little tricks that are just going to be odd, and I don't know why they do them, but you're going to have to remember them. Sorry. So we'll do that whole first verse again, and then we'll get into the chorus. Shedova havan malen var do bengrach du gevan do Hebreai shelav merlach stugilta you can hear how that might be loosened up rhythmically or it might be tightened up rhythmically. Karfa is the word for chorus, or something that comes around multiple times, right? The circle again. Karfa. Oro shedowa waya. Oro shedowa waya. Oro shedowa waya. Anishar haktan zara. That's the chorus. We're going to do that over and over. So sing it with me. If you've heard it before, super helpful, super great. If you haven't heard it before, totally okay. You are learning Irish, and just one song in Irish, but just a little bit of Irish. And the song is very much allegory, right? So he's referring to, the singer is referring to Ireland as a woman, right? It's sort of relating her to something that is less politically charged and subversive, and hiding it behind this poetic language and reference. A little bit symbolic. And it's actually something that comes out of it's kind of a Jacobite era song, even if it's not, or it was reinvigorated in terms of popularity during the Jacobite rebellions and uprising in Scotland. It sort of became an identity that revolutionaries could identify with and catch into and celebrate a return to something good and to home rulership and some of these conversations of national sovereignty. So useful. So I'm going to start from the beginning. Shedowawan balen war do pengrach tuweingewan do chawreya ishelav merlach studiul taleshna galav. It's like the I is not as important as how you're launching into the consonant. It's like a catch. So it's not even that important how hard that initial is. Studiulta. So the I is more important than the O here, right? Stu, very important. Very important because that fada. Studiulta leshna galav. Right? Oro shedowavalya. Repeat again. Oro shedowavalya. Oro shedowavalya. Anishar haktan zara. Anish. It's just pronounced anish. It's like all of the vowels are technically there. You can kind of hear how some of them just lead into the ones that are more important. But they are there, and they do sort of teach you how to get into the next sounds. Anishar haktan zara. Who wants to give the chorus a go? It's the same melody, so it should be a little more
I'll give it
straightforward.
a go.
Great.
I go. Oh, who said that?
Oros, yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Oros edobia havalya. Oros edo.
Oh, someone remuted themselves, I think, a little bit accidentally there. Valerie? Oh, I think we lost you there for a second. Uh-oh.
Mute. Shall I
There
try
you
it
are.
again?
Try it again. Yep.
Yeah. Oroshedo athav vyathav baya. Oroshedo vyathav baya. Oroshedo vyathav baya. Anishar shaktan sara.
Okay, pretty good. Pretty good go. And then Patrick, do you want to give it a go?
Yeah. I'm actually really excited you chose to do this one because I've been working on it for a while and to accompany Baron, which I'm used to doing it at a higher speed, but it's really helpful to slow it down so I can actually understand the words. So thanks for bringing this one to the thing. So Rosherova Hawalya, Rosherova Hawalya, Rosherova Hawalya, Anisharaktan Sauri.
Okay. And a couple things I notice is that you're each pulling in a couple of sounds that you heard from probably other singers, I'm guessing, Patrick. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so Saura
Saura.
is, but in different parts of the country, it's different people pronounce Saura and a little differently. They'll hang on different
Yeah.
vowels more and emphasize different things. And that is less a thing about being correct and more a regional thing, right?
Sure.
In terms
Yeah.
of the pronunciation. So that's important to notice.
Yeah.
And then remember, Valerie, about the H's pulling the sound back, like softening it, and that will help. Yeah. And so Granuaile is one of my favorite historical figures. She had this. She's well known from the 16th century. She comes from the northwest of Ireland in County Mayo, and her family was a shipping family. And she's sort of a national hero in Ireland because when she was doing shipping stuff around Ireland and she started getting a little bit unpleasant with incoming British competing ships and British Empire ships, and they started playing Pirate on the High Seas, and the Crown started like messing with her shipping and her family's shipping, and she became so effective at leading her people and the people in her local village and clan and county and community that they basically would do anything for her. And they sort of went on revenge sprees against the British Crown. And she was so effective. And there are tons of songs about her. And she ended up meeting with the Queen of England, who got so tired of losing money at the hands of Grace O'Malley, Grania Amalia. And Grace O'Malley, right? That's the anglicization of her name. But so she's a little bit of a folk hero at this point in the late 1700s. So the singer is singing about this folk hero. Ta grania whale ag chaktar saila. I'm going to do it again. Ta grania whale ag chaktar saila. Saila. Right? The I is less important there. Saila. Ta grania whale. The M pulled back. Oh, it almost becomes more of a W, right? The V sound is B pulled back. Sometimes regionally, people will pronounce it more of an F sound. You will see that often in Scots Gaelic, which is mutually intelligible between speakers in the north of Ireland often and people who speak Scots Gaelic and the Irish language. So, tá grania whale ag teacht ar teacht, right? Teacht ar saile. Ola arda. Ola arda. Le margarda. And instead of a g, it's a r, right? It's pulled back. It's softened a little bit there. Gael Yadain. And nobody ever pronounces that initial F, and sometimes the middle F. This is one of those weird things in the writing that I completely don't understand where the F goes, but sometimes it just does. Gael Yadain. Sni, right? Little fada there, little accent. Frank na Spani. Spani. So we'll do those all together. Tá grania whale ag teachtar saile. Olarda le margarda. Gaeilge dain ni Frank na Spani. Is curfishad. Is yeah, I mean this one, sometimes they pronounce it, sometimes they don't. Is curfishadru gargalov. Skarfashadru gargalov. Sometimes people don't pronounce it at all, and some people do pronounce it, which totally messes my head up a little bit. Sorry, guys. So we're going to do that one. I'm going to do it all the way through, and then we'll sing it with the chorus. Ta grania whale ag teachtar saile. Olarda le margarda. Gaeilge dain is ni Frank na Spani. Is carfa shadru gargalov. How'd that go? Not if this is working for you. Okay, great. So I'm going to sing it, and then I want someone to try just one line at a time, because I feel like it's a little bit of a mouthful. Ta grania whale teachtar saile. Olarda le margarda. Gaeilge dain is ni Frank na Spani. Is carfashadru gargalov. And then we get back to the chorus. Oro shedowa havaya. Oro shedowa havaya. Oro shedowa havaya. Anishar haktan zara. Okay, we're going to do it from the top. Let's call on, who wants to go just one line? Who wants to try just one? Maybe someone that has it.
I'll try it.
I just find it so difficult because it's Irish. And I'm used to saying it in Scottish Gaelic.
Yeah. And if you are doing the next one and giving it a go? After
I can.
yeah, let's do the fellow first, and then go ahead and mute yourself. Just for now.
Okay. Yeah. Taganya maila takter saya. Oglerana le magarda. Galda fine Frank na Spani. Is curfish and braga love. So,
Okay. Not a bad go. Not a bad go.
Didn't get the last one right. But
That's okay. Anne, do you want to give just the first two lines of this verse?
Ta grania valer teachtar saile. O glagaram hale margarsta. Gaeilge dain is ni Frank na Spani. Skarfishadru gargalov. That's how I would say it anyway.
Okay. That's pretty good actually. And you notice everybody's got a slightly different quality or timbre to their voice. That is absolutely appropriate. Nobody needs you to sound like me. You need to sound like you and your voice and what your timbre and color bring to feeling the song. So in the first verse, what's happening, right? So he's lamenting over the state of Ireland being taken advantage of as a colonized place. It piece by piece sold off to foreign investors, right? So who wants to try the first verse again? Who wants to give that one a go? Anybody?
I'd give it a go.
Sure.
Or the first verse. Shedova chavan barle mar dovre grechi vehi gevin dui brehi shelav merla stul dilta leshna gali.
Okay. You got pretty good on the melody. It sounds like, yeah, you very much listened to other singers also, which that's one of those important things about the tradition is to treat the songs again like they're alive and they change and they move between the people who share them with us. So that's actually a really important thing. Shadova havan balen war do pergrach du wei gevan do chevreya ishelev merlach stu jilta leshna galav. Now the singer's a little bit mournful here. So, and all of that's going to change in the chorus where, okay, winter is past. Okay, summer is coming. Summer's coming. Good things are coming with the changing of the seasons. And the fact and sort of an innate cultural understanding that seasons come and change. Right? That nothing is permanent oppression and terror and awful of winter. Like, so, Karfa. Sing with me. Go ahead and mute yourselves, but sing with me, and then we'll call on someone else to try it with us. Oro shedowaya, oro shedowaya, oro shedowaya, anishar haktan saura. Who wants to give that a go?
I can try it. This is Amy.
Hi, Amy. Yes,
Hi,
please.
I'm just having the meter, or such as it is, that's part of the challenge, I think.
Yes.
All right. Whoops. Let's see. Oro shedoya faya. Oro shedoya vaya. Oro shedoya vaya. Anisha tiat anshaura. I don't know.
Okay, not bad, not bad. Anish, right? Like you're squeezing them together, but the O tells you how to get into the I.
Oh, okay.
Right? Anisharaktan saura.
Anisharaktan saura.
Beautiful.
Okay, I'm not familiar with this music at all, and I didn't know what it was when I came in here, so I'm sort of like, I don't have much experience with it.
Okay, no, so Shano singing, for folks who came in a little bit later, is old style. And so it is a style of singing out of Ireland that is unaccompanied, and it is often arrhythmic, and it often just follows a single thread of one singer doing what they call saying the song, right? So that was a fantastic go through for not even having any of that context. Yeah, good job, everybody. You all have been singing in the Irish language. As Gaeilge. So repeat after me. As Gaeilge. As Gaeilge. That's how it's said when you want to talk about singing in Irish. Tang ranya wela jaktar saila Olarna le mar arda Gilliadain is ni frank na Spanje Scarfa shiadro gargalav Oro shedowa havalya Oro shedowa havalya Oro shedowa havalya Anisharaktan Zaura. So now, next verse, I'll sing it once and then we'll speak it a few times. And then we'll go just line by line. You don't have to try the whole thing if you're unsure of the whole thing. Just try the line where you are or that you feel more confident in. And that's okay. That's a good place to start. Wheelerina vert go vecum Morambambio ina yiach shaktan Grania wel agus milan gishich a hort fort einar gal. Again, that pesky F. Like, what is that even doing? A wheelery na vert go vecum Morum Bambio ina yiach shaktan Grania wel agus milan gishich a fugart ein argalav. Okay? A wheelery. That makes sense, right? Folks kind of clicking into that. A wheelery. Now fert. Again, B followed by H. What does it do? Softens it. It's like a V sound almost. But what happens to a V sound when it kind of also goes with an F? It's kind of an in-betweeny sound, right? A fert go vacum. So if we slow it down even further, vacum. Right? That's why that sounds the way it does. A wheelery na vert go vacum. Murambum bio. Bum. Murambum. Right? That kind of makes sense. Murambum bio. Kind of makes sense. In a year. In a year. Iach. In a year. Shachtain. Grania whale, agus mila geishich, ag fogart. Missing F, don't know why, sorry, gonna have to note it on your notes. In argalav. Again, it's not a full-on g forward in the mouth, it's pulled back because of that H. Yeah? A wheelery na vert go vecum, morambambio in a yiach, shaktan grania whale, agus mila gishiach, ag fogart ein argalav. Yeah? Someone want to try just that first line of Wheelery Navert Kovekam? One more person? Got just a couple minutes left here. We'll get through this last verse.
I'll try this.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have a go
Okay.
again then.
Oh.
Abuelarina Biarsko Wakem
Okay. Wait. We're gonna move on to the next person for that first line. Just that first line. Okay, Kathleen, your turn.
A wheel awake. Whoops, just a wheel arena me fair go fuckum.
Okay, Beckham. Yep. And then anyone else want to try the second line? Murambam bio in a year shaktan. Murambam bio in a year shaktan.
I'll try
Take a
that.
stab.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll do one after that. You, Patrick, first, and then the next person who I heard speaking.
Okay.
Just that
Yeah.
one.
This is the verse I don't know yet. So.
Okay.
Murambam bio ina div shaktan.
Okay. Next person, want to give that a go?
Yeah. I'll
Yeah.
do it. I don't know who's doing what, so this is
Okay.
Val. Yeah,
Val.
here.
Okay. Go ahead, Val.
Moonbeam bio shaktan.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Now, one thing you're going to notice is that each of the lines is a different length and number of syllables that are squished into a given phrase or set of notes. And one of the reasons for that is that it's like the song is breathing, right? So if you let it be flexible, if you let it move and breathe, and sometimes you rush a lot of words into a very short amount of time just to get them out of the way, and sometimes when you're talking, you go nice and slow, right? Murambam bio, right? So that's how that squeezes into that little section of time. Murambam bio inayach shaktan. Murambam bio inayach shaktan. Who wants to try the third line? Grania whale agus mila geshiach. One more person.
This is Amy again. I can try it.
Yes, please.
Grania whale agus mila geshiach. Oops, that was wrong. Oh well.
Do it again.
Grania whale agus mila geshiach. I forgot. You don't really say that G, do you? Or do you? Geshiach? Yeah.
You do.
Okay. I
But
don't
it's
know
okay.
what
That's okay. We can sing. I'll sing the whole verse. We're gonna give that whole verse a go, and then sing that last chorus, and then we'll pass it over to our 2:00 session here. Yeah. Wheelery navert govekam morambam bio inaiach shaktan grania well agus milan geshiach ag fogart ein argalav. Right, so it gets to hang on that, to extend the notes a little bit, let it breathe, let it extend out. Oro shirowa havaya, oro shirowa havaya, oro shirowa havaya, anisharak tansaura. Hey everybody for kicking in. All of these notes and resources are available in the instructor guideline through the link to the drive that I put there. And they are also at the beginning of the session, they were in the chat. So if you And I see Michael Jones talking. Let's see, there's invisible inition nearly after all the initial Fs, which makes them all sound H. Yes, yes. Doesn't write it in anymore, but Scottish still does. Thank you, Anne. I actually didn't know that. Yeah, she's fluent in Argyll Gaelic and reads it just fine, but like the way that it's written out in Irish is very different. We have like exactly 1 minute left, but I am happy to follow anybody into the coffee shop and we can continue the conversation if you want a little bit more help, focus, attention on some of this. Tonight at 6 o'clock, there's other stuff, and just about now is Marla's class. If you are sticking around, she's amazing. Highly recommend if you've got your instruments with you and you don't have questions, stick around for her session. And 6 o'clock tonight, we're doing a singing session here in Lark, online, virtual Lark. And I'm going to go to the coffee shop now.
And
So,
Michael,
Amelia?
please remember to turn off the recording.
Yep. And same time tomorrow for Amelia. Thank you, Amelia.
Thanks, everybody.
Cool.